Welcome into the draft profile for Jordan James, running back out of Oregon. And man, these are the type of draft profiles that I really enjoy doing. I love diving in to these day three type of guys, breaking down the pros and cons and kind of getting a full picture of a guy that I don't think a lot of people are talking about. And look, it's a loaded class. I get it. I'm not sitting here telling you that everyone needs to be talking about Jordan James because he's one of the best running backs in the class. He's not one of the best running backs in the class, but he's a really damn good back that I think has a lot of potential in the NFL to be productive. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into the skill chart for Jordan James. And with Jordan James, as I'm sitting here, I'm struggling to decide exactly where I want to start with this. So really, what it all boils down to is I love his combination of vision, power, and burst, right? So he has good initial vision. He's a no-nonsense runner. He finds the hole and explodes through it really well. His burst is solid, good initial burst. He doesn't have long speed, all right? Explosiveness at a 5.5 is one of those grades where it's like, okay, I like him, right out of the cannon. I'm good enough with it, but obviously he's not going to break off a ton of long runs. All right, this is a between the tackles, gets what's there to be had type of running back, right? But that combination of power and burst is really, really effective at the NFL. It translates really, really well. You see it consistently in college. And yeah, I definitely think he's going to be the type of guy who does that at a really high level. Now, the part of his game that I think holds him back, the part of his game that I look at and I'm like, man, if this were elite, we'd be talking about you in like the day two range, possibly even. I don't think we can have that conversation about Jordan James because his contact balance and his ability to break tackles are just not where it needs to be to feel like he's a priority player. Really, more often than not, if you lay a good hit on him, that's the end of the play. And you'd like to see a little bit more playmaking ability at that level, especially if you don't have the elite long speed that I think you would obviously wish that he had, but that's just not the type of guy he is. This is more of your kind of between the tackles bully type of player. And with that said, to be that type of guy and not really have the incredible leg drive or ability to break a ton of tackles in the hole, it's not where you want it to be. And as much as like I love the initial look of this player, when you dive in to kind of the nuts and bolts of what it's like to be a running back, you do leave the film room thinking, man, I wish there was a little bit more. I wish I got more out of him. And if I would have gotten more, I would have loved him and I would have put my stamp of approval and I would have said, this is my guy. And I'm not able to do that. As much as I love the run style, it's just not quite enough for me to get super, super amped about the player. But ultimately, that does lead us to kind of the theme of what this video has been, and that is that he is kind of that average prospect for me. He is just your baseline, get you what's there to be had. You're going to like the way he runs. I think he's going to be a hard worker in camp. Like, he's going to find a role in the NFL. I'd be shocked if he doesn't find a role in the NFL. But how big of a role and what that means for ultimately is going to be up to him and up to the situation he finds himself in, right? There are definitely going to be teams that are looking for more of the home run hitting, explosive back out of the backfield. And Jordan James just isn't going to be your cup of tea if that's what you're looking for. He's just not going to be on some teams' boards, and I'm pretty comfortable with that. I really like the way he plays. I really like his run style. And like I said, I watch his film and I say, man, there are elements to your game that could make you a special prospect. And because I didn't see those elements, I kind of have to knock you down and just say, yeah, you're probably more of an average prospect. And in this class, average isn't really good to be because there's a lot of above average prospects in the running back class. So that's my ultimate take. I'm rooting for this dude. I'm a big fan. I'm hoping he ends up in a good spot where he can carve out a good role for himself. But that is to be determined. We will see what happens with Jordan James in the draft. Thank you so much for watching. Please, if you enjoy draft content or if you enjoyed this, you enjoy just listening to me ramble or edited ramble. I like to cut out some of the dumb rambles at least. Like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. It helps out the channel if you leave a comment as well. So yeah, hey, any of that helps out. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.